We have the opportunity to make a habit of empathy.
Okay, President George H.W. Bush appointed you to the U.S. District Court in 1992. I was here. About a year earlier, he nominated Clarence Thomas to the United States Supreme Court, who, like you, was a U.S. Circuit Court judge. President Bush described him as, quote, delightful and warm, intelligent person who has great empathy, unquote. President Bush then said that Judge Thomas would decide cases fairly, quote, as the facts and the law require. In other words, he drew a clear distinction between the human quality of empathy and the judicial quality, or duty, of impartiality. Now, this is obviously very different from than saying that a judge's personal empathy is an essential ingredient for deciding cases. Now, which of these is closer to your own view, distinguishing human empathy from judicial impartiality, or mixing them together so that empathy becomes part of the judicial decision-making process?
Two presidents have used the word empathy.
That's why I read it up.
And each of them has given it their different meanings. And I can't speak for their choice of the word or make a choice between what meaning is closer to what I believe or not, because I can state what I believe very simply. Life experiences help the process of listening and understanding an argument. The law always directs the result in the case. A judge cannot decide cases on the basis of personal feelings, biases, or sympathies. To the extent I've ever spoken about those things, it was to make sure that one understood and said that a judge always has to guard against those things affecting the outcome of a case. The question of when it's appropriate, the Supreme Court has said some emotions appropriate. Judges, if they're reacting to an argument of a party, that's an appropriate emotion. Inappropriate is deciding the consequence based on that. There are, in sentencings, you're asked to look at the effect of a defendant's conduct on victims. Are you ruling on the basis of sympathy? No, but you're being asked on the basis of life experience to understand that. And then you look at that consequence and weigh all the factors that the statute commands you consider. And then you come out at a reasonable sentence.
I accept that. You gave a particular